Do you feel, with you being in your position, or as you were as a CEO, you were part of the problem?
Of course, yeah. And I made reference earlier to snowy white peaks.
Yeah.
And I think for most white males, because that's where we are as leaders in the NHS, they get very prickly when I talk about our position and the elitism and the position of privilege, because I think, what's called unconscious bias, I just call it tribalism, because it's that simplistic.
Yeah.
It's the tribe that we feel we belong to. So when I'm making decisions for whatever reason, I always have to think, what was my decision instinctively? Because that may well have happened out of my instinctive tribal allegiance. So somehow I have to intellectualize that. So before I articulate my decision, I need to think about it and think, is it the right decision or is it a tribal decision? Because we're all tribal in some way. And begin to affect a change in that decision-making process. In excess, I suppose, I would say, if you interpret the snowy white peaks as and I mean in excess, you would say, well, that's a very arrogant sentiment that says white is right. But it has nothing to do with compassionate leadership. And I often encounter situations where the arrogance of history is the construct around the way that responses are given to criticism, often from staff. And that has to change dramatically, because it has to be a compassionate one that says, it's not about me and the leadership, it's learning from the people that are coming in, that are doing the work at the bottom of the organisation, and not insisting the institution is right. The institution has to change in accordance with the consumer requirement. So that's about the patient and the clinicians or professionals' interaction. An organisation should be structured around optimising that, not around what organisations think is right.